Parmesan hero with extra cheese and extra sauce.
And hello and what is up, friends? My name is Alex and I want to welcome you to another episode of Grass in Class. And today I'm going to be sharing with you step by step how I turned my garage into a fully functional sealed grow room that's going to be housing the next couple of grows for this season. And now, friends, this project could be really budget friendly if you decide to build it yourself. And the way I started this project was on OffersUp. I searched for frame doors and was lucky enough to find this 3-foot wide for under 80 bucks. I then placed it in the spot of the room where it would make the most sense to me, and then I framed it into place. After making sure the door is perfectly gapped all the way around, we could move on to other projects in the room. And at first I was a little hesitant making this 90-degree turn here, but after giving it a little bit of thought, I will be gaining a little bit more space, making this room 9.5 foot wide, which was definitely super important. And once I hung up all the drywall is when it started to look like I was making some progress. Now the next phase, which is patching up everything, did take a little bit longer than I expected because it was extremely cold and it did take a while to dry. And while it may look like I'm going Super Saiyan, that's just from the cold water because I decided to do some wet sanding instead of doing the dry sanding and getting that dust everywhere. Before painting, I double check everything, especially the joints and the corners. Those are the spots that would definitely have to be dry in order for me to paint. Those are definitely the spots where I spent the most time making sure I got them as perfect as I could. In this case, I didn't have one of those plastic mesh that you put on the corners, so it had to be done by hand. And as for the white paint, I use Interior Semi-Gloss Enamel Ultra Pure White Scuff Defense Stain Blocking Paint and Primer Bare Ultra. Holy crap, that was a mouthful. But I know somebody will be asking in the comments. And when it came time to building a grow table, this design was really easy to follow and understand, and I will be placing the video that shows you step by step in the description below. Also, it's for this size grow table. In this case, it is a 4-foot wide by 12 foot long. And now when it comes to some of the lights that I will be using for this grow, I would like to present to you the sponsor of this video, myleaf.com. In this case, I will be using their 800 watt full spectrum LED. And in this case, there will be a little bit of assembly needed, just like other lights that I've reviewed in the past. The one difference that I noticed right away is that the connection was being made in the frame of the light, where I usually see it on a cable. Nevertheless, I do like the tight fitting. Once it goes in and it gets clipped in place, it feels really sturdy. And the same is done to connect the opposite side of the light bar to the light frame. Once I have all 8 of them connected, I can now raise the light and begin to put some plants under it. But first, let's take a tour around the room. And first, I think, in my opinion, one of the most important designs that really brings this room together is this 4 by 12 foot long tray. the ability to be able to move from side to side with really relative ease. And even after placing the plants on the table, I will still be able to move it with just one finger. And the reason why I chose a table that's able to move instead of just stationary is so that I'm able to walk around the whole garden and still have 4 foot of grow space to my right and 4 foot of grow space to my left, both 12 foot long, leaving me with about 1.5 foot of walk space to either side of the table, where I would be able to tend the plants on the table and the plants that are going to be grown hydroponically. And also, just in case I have to do any maintenance to equipment back here, like this Enviro Cleanse filter, which would definitely come in handy. And also the drain, which will also be placed here in the near future. On the other side of this wall would be a 55-gallon where I would collect all the runoff water. And on this side of the room, we have the Air Cube Ebb and Flow system by growace.com, which I just harvested the 6 plants that I had in this system. And if you want to see a time lapse of those plants growing, check this video up here. And last but not least, something that's really important is not just circulation of air movement inside of the room, being that this is a sealed room, but also being able to draw fresh air from outdoors into the room. And directly below it, I have a 16-inch oscillating fan, which my CO2 system is also connected to. And on the other side of the room, I will be mounting another oscillating fan, but I think this one I will be mounting it in the ceiling and running another CO2 line to it, so that way this side of the plants could get some CO2 as well directly applied to them. And when it comes to humidity, I have a dehumidifier that's capable of extracting somewhere around 5 gallons per day and a half. It's temporarily draining into a 5-gallon tub, but this also will be going through the wall and into a 55-gallon reservoir that I have on the other side, collecting both my dehumidifier water and my runoff, where I would later use it for other things. And now friends, if you could think of anything that I should add, please let me know down in the comments below, as I make sure to read and write everyone back. Now friends, the one thing that is missing, of course, is a couple of plants in this room, but please be sure to be subscribed, as that's going to be the next episode coming up, and you're definitely not going to want to miss out on it. So like I always like to say, I don't want to take any more of your time, my friends, because I want you to watch the rest of my videos. So until next time, this is Grass in Class signing out. Peace.
We got a coal partner.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Nigga, I was about to take off, bro. Woo! You see how I turned around, ready to get up? This nigga.